Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Rogue Trader. I'm your host, Kyler's Fate. It's episode 1. We have both DLCs installed, Void Shadows, Lex Imperialis. We're only using one mod, the Kimura Cure, because that's really annoying. So let's start a new game and get going. I've wanted to put this on the channel for a very, very long time. And we finally have a chance to do it, which is great. For difficulty, we're going to play on hard. We're going to play with Grim Darkness on. This is your Ironman mode. And what's nice is if you fail the Ironman, it just lets you continue on as a normal save game. I've only tried this one time, and I failed at the Aurora step. Those of you who don't know anything about the game will find out about Aurora. Really fun. Okay, everything else we just leave the same. Yep, it's not recommended for players, okay, yeah, that are not familiar with it. We are. We're going to create a custom character. So initially, the first time I played through the game, I played with an officer, as one typically probably does the first time they play with the game. The story is really set up for you to play with a noble officer, but I have since landed on the Pyro Psyker dual-wielding swords, which is just really fun. You all know from all my prior videos with Baldur's Gate and any litany of other fantasy-based RPGs that I love playing what amounts to a battle mage. And the Pyromancer warrior is the closest thing you can get in this game to it. It's a lot of fun. So we're going to grab this guy's portrait because I like it a lot. I'm going to leave everything else the same except for his voice. Bold male works.
Engage the engines.
Kind of like that guy, though. Pragmatic. He's going to be a Death World character because he gets strength, toughness, and agility. The agility is the big one. We don't care so much about fellowship or his intelligence, so those are the nice things. The talents, he gets Brutal Hunter, plus 15 critical hit chance with targets with the bleeding effect or with 50% less of their maximum wounds. That's really nice. The rest of these we don't really care so much about. They get a plus 10 critical hit chance for axes, hammers, and las weapons. We won't be using those. Lifetime of Scars, we don't care about his toughness bonus. This is not a lot of use because he's going to base his hit points off Medicaid, but it's totally cool. He's going to be a Sanctioned Psyker. We're going to start him as a Biomancer because he gets 2 buffs that we really like. He's going to get Iron Arm to start, which is really nice. He gets a strength bonus, so he's going to do more damage. And then he's going to get Warp Speed, which is going to increase his movement points, his agility, and his AP by 1. It's fantastic buff, so might as well grab that. For this, I really don't care what he gets, so I'm just going to give him Fellowship, and Intelligence. None of those really matter, so we'll take Persuasion. Somebody else is going to have that job anyways. Doesn't matter if we do Logic or Awareness or Lore Warp. None of those things matter. And he's going to be a warrior. You can see up here, we go back to archetypes. The officer, the first time I went through the game, I played officer, master tactician. It was a lot of fun, but it really is geared to buff everybody else, which is fine because you get a ton of great companions that do a lot of damage, and you really only need 2 people in your party, and everybody else can kind of play support roles. But I just love playing this. It's really fun. We're going to go warrior, executioner. It's just going to be a blast. So. And what we're going to do is crank up weapon skills, crank up strength, crank up agility. And that's as high as we can go with all that. And then we have this, and we're going to edit it. The Nymerius is the name of the ship in my science fiction book that I'm really hoping gets picked up this year. It'd be great. Still have full requests on that out with agents and indie presses, so we'll see what happens. And sometimes I just let it run through here, but one of the names that I got earlier that I liked a lot was Holt. Although, actually, here's what we're going to do. This is kind of funny. No, we're not going to do Darius. I don't like that name. We have too many bad memories of that from Battletech. That's a game I actually started replaying recently. When I'm thinking, why am I doing this? I've achieved Kerensky twice, but It's such a fun game. There's a lot of reading in this game, so get ready. It's going to be a long series. I'm going to try my best to publish these videos as fast as possible. Try to do a breakneck speed, so you may see multiple videos released on individual days. A lot of fun, though. Great game. This is my favorite Owlcat game so far. Who knows what the future brings? They do have another Warhammer 40k game coming. And we know they're making the game in the Expanse universe, but that's going to be more of a third-person over-the-shoulder game. Borrowing a lot from Mass Effect. Lots of skulls in this game. Lots of skull iconography.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Have we met?
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtvir, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Yeah, buddy. My name is Holt, and so as to avoid any misunderstanding, I am a Sanctum psyker.
I am aware of that fact. It would have been unacceptable negligence to have overlooked such a detail when compiling your profile. Fate bestowed upon you powers of witchcraft, and a duty to use them for the good of the Imperium. Yours is truly an unenviable lot. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium, but from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
You say I'm one of the rogue trader's heirs, so there is another candidate.
There is, and you will meet him soon enough.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let's address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Ethelthrad von Valencias are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
And so we're underway with the walking. Our characters are
I always
eager.
keep my options open.
Follow Kunrad. We'll be out in front of him. Massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood. A resource of incredible value. Board forge. How much fun is that? Get this measly pistol to start the game.
One of the von Valencias trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
I might, but we're going to have a little accident here. The first part of this game, the prologue, I think is really strong. It's great at introducing people to this universe.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Servitors, no.
No mercy to those who oppose Von Valancius!
Destroy that out of control servitors. So, oh, he hit him. It's a miracle. Well, now they're gonna die. I love the little skull that appears. It's fantastic. All right,
I don't need
we're
luck.
gonna move over
I
here.
have strategy.
We're gonna buff. I don't know. That's not gonna matter.
Who if not me?
But what the hell?
It's as good
45
as
to shoot. Oh, we actually hit him. That's a miracle.
Duty prevails!
Kunrad's gonna have to do all the killing here. Oh, this thing's coming. Yep, for that character. I really love the mechanics in this game. I just think they're so cool. There's our miss. I would expect nothing else at 45% for a Colors Fade game. We're just gonna keep Kunrad between us.
I'll see to it personally.
Oh, there's the other miss. Kunrad, my friend. Dodge it, buddy. Oh, nice shot. I've never actually looked, but I assume it's probably impossible for this thing to hit him. He dodged. What is it? Yeah. Hit roll 14, less than 100. Dodge 96. Yeah, it's pretty funny. They're like, nah, we can't let that happen.
It's as good as done.
Hey, we hit it. It's a miracle. Oh, and Kunrad missed. Jeez.
Another
Hey.
down.
That doesn't usually happen. I can scarcely believe
What
it.
suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Right, Kunrad. Oh, now here come the troopers. Spread out. No one is allowed to enter the premises. Stations.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Easily done. And away we go.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
No loot to be grabbed here, so we move on. And for people who might be curious, I may have to show this. I have played this game enough now that we have this, the master Excel spreadsheet, which can show us like the log of all the acts of everything. I've kept copious notes, so that should be fun. Plus I have all my builds set up.
I always have a
So this is
backup
almost
plan.
going to be like a walkthrough of the game. I really hope.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that's taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valencius's features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Next to the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. And the other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
There are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Ion 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do it, but it will give us an answer.
Thorough, but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several.
Sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Edelthrad.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
Was it not you who sent for me?
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
I am ready to take on this sacred purpose.
Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voigtvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Thank you for clarifying. May I ask questions now?
I have some time before the Navigator gives the signal to initiate the Void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Very well.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Aha! To battle! Here come the punks.
You will beg for mercy.
We have been
I will
ambushed.
grant none.
So,
Look out.
when I first played this game for the very first time, Abelard coming out here and just destroying people
Reduced to dust.
made me really like him right off the bat. I'm like, I want to do that.
Die.
Melta, nice.
Chaos guides me.
Ooh, he missed. Good. Okay, let's do this. How far away can we hit him? Not far enough. From here, can we hit him? No. Oh, I need to get Abelard in there. Okay. How far away can I get him from there? Good,
I'll
do
make
that.
it happen.
Abelard, you have everything I can give you now.
I'll see to it you never stood a chance.
Alright, there we go.
Death to the weak. I serve the ruinous powers.
Give you some high levels to fight with. To wipe the floor with all these people. Oh, he missed Abelard and hit his own guy. I love that about this game.
I've suffered worse.
Death to non-believers.
Abelard's taking it on the chin there. Oh, geez. Wow. She did the plasma charge area attack. Nice.
Break them around.
Action economy is so much fun in this game. Oh, Abelard missed him on the attack of opportunity. Amazing. Okay. Where do I want to be? I can hit 3 people from there.
Down.
Let's see who we want to hit. This guy's 29%, 29%, and 75.
Not me.
All right, that's me. Why don't you have a little bonus there, Mort? I love the graphical effect.
Out of my way.
Oh, is there a guy way over here? Oh, there is.
Follow my lead.
Abelard, that one's dead. We're down to what, one
My
guy?
lead.
Mort's gonna get him. There we go.
For the glory of the Imperium.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Off we go. Love it.
Let us not dawdle.
No dawdling. It's funny because when I first started playing this game, I didn't have any experience with Warhammer 40k at all. So I had no concept of how gigantic these ships are. And why there would be a mutiny like this on one of them. It's pretty funny. So we'll head over here.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, pull yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here in the warp?
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the Navigator's Sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
And so we become his guy.
Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I hear and obey, Lord Captain.
Then move out! Mort, come.
And the moment of betrayal is at hand.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I have a proposition. Since I am the more important person here, you can go in front to shield me from potential threats.
Oh, certainly. Lady Theodora would be devastated if she were to lose one of her precious heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Something hits you hard with a sharp crackle, and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. Conrad, you bastard. But we knew you were shady from the start. Just the way you talked. Promise you a special destiny, Holt. It's time to fulfill it. Yeah. Punk.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Voigtvir, you two-faced scum. You are the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
I thought you were also a member of the Von Valencius family, though. Why isn't your blood good enough?
We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it? Inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Von Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy, you sordid, wretched piece of crock shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench von Valancius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning. And then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Get out. I am not your puppet. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet, and making you take a step toward the gates looming in the center of the chamber. You were wounded by a corrupt weapon. Oh, really? I love this. In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic, an incredibly rare and powerful piece of technology from humanity's ancient past. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. Voices that filled your head after Voigtvir wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Place your hand into the sentinel's maw. The sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The sentinel's jaws remain closed and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever...
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head, subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Thank you.
There is still another way.
Dude is the only person in the game that has invisibility. Alright, my friends.
To be made.
So, go to the warrant chamber. There's the warrant of trade. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade, and bestow upon them, blah 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 blah, to be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily, Blah, 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 blah.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voigtmaster, restore communication with the Navigator Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Lead the way away from here, buddy.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Alright, let's get out of here then.
I always keep my options open.
Alright, seal the warrant chamber. More trouble.
Run, fools, or fall!
Abelard and his chainsword.
Master, whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this?
Conrad Voigtvir is the traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Voigtvir openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saint's blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
We need to be proactive, buddy.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
He hands us a weapon, thank goodness. Let's get geared up here. You, my friend, put this here. I don't have that ability
I'm
yet.
at your service.
Good.
Let's patch you up. That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the Navigator and the Master Helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the Navigator's Sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
The Navigator's Sanctum. Very well. Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
You will die! You are my next stopper! The Dark Gods!
Don't
Time to do a little killing.
us.
The Masters demand your death.
Well then, let's put you up front. Right about there. And I'll be more like here. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Let's give that to you.
As good as done.
What do we want to do here? We can run up here and get this guy. Yeah, let's do
it
that.
happen.
He buried us. You rat. Buried again? What? Oh my gosh. Hit roll. We rolled a 7 out of 100%. What? He rolled a 1 on a 10% for a parry? Oh my gosh. And what did he roll the other time? He rolled a 7. Oh, come on. I know it's colors fade, but come on. Abelard. Why don't you do this then?
Reduced to dust.
Yep, let's do that. Doink.
I will do my duty.
Oh, he parried 2? Really? And he rolled an 8. Oh my god. 3 10% chances in a row to parry. 4 of them. And 3 of them get parried. Oh, brother.
Victory is imminent.
Well, you guys know it's me.
Chaos guides
It wouldn't be me if we didn't have those kinds of numbers.
Just a minor setback. I've suffered worse.
I am your doom.
Chaos guides me.
Really? I think so.
Is near.
Okay, how do I want to take this? Let's do it like this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want to get hit like that. I want to do this. Let's see. Me first.
I'll see to it personally.
Get some of this.
On
Smack
it.
this guy around.
Your end was inevitable. It's as good as...
There we go. Dead people. Give me the big one.
At your back and I took care of this
Okay.
one.
Like that. That'll work. Oh, really?
Mere pain won't stop me.
You want to do that?
Who if not me?
Oh, jeez. I thought I was safe there.
I'll make it happen.
Okay. Abelard, can you smack this guy around? There
Fewer
we go.
target. I took care of this one.
Everybody levels up. Great. What do we get for weapons there? We got this, the Las pistol. It has 30% dodge reduction, so if we have to use a weapon, we'd kind of rather have that. The sword is a 6 to 9 over the axe. It doesn't have as much armor penetration and it doesn't cause bleeding, but it does have the, yeah, I don't know. Do you trade 2 points for 2 points of bleeding? Armor penetration. Well, we'll probably hang on to the axe. All right, let's level up some people. So over to the Excel spreadsheet. For our guy, the warrior, let's see. What's he get? He gets charge first. So we want to do this. Medicaid, he's going to need that later on. I'm going to give him as an executioner. And for you, you get athletics. We need athletics checks. So there we go. Out the door. The Navigator Sanctum. And we get our next companion.
I hear it here on the threshold of the blinded guide. Doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. Their voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abala, how they sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deeper, its claws scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the Navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's Sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Ethelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Ethelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
We must see if the Navigator is well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a Navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
And so we have to head off to the Navigator. But this seems like an appropriate time to stop it since this episode is creeping up on an hour. We have Idira with us, and she has this ability to wield this staff, which is going to give us the lightning. She's also got a gun, which is going to give us 30% dodge reduction on her latest pistol, but she probably won't hardly ever use it. We'll give her a weapon to add her parry chance. It's nice if you want to switch and give her some defense there. And then we really don't have anything else right here in the early part of the game. So we're going to leave it here. Folks, episode 1 in the books. Many more episodes to go. I anticipate this taking probably somewhere between 80 to 100 episodes to finish. And my plan is to release these episodes as quickly as possible. At least one a day, if not more. We'll race through this. There are the 2 DLC. They're really awesome. Lots of fun. So I have played through the game and I've done the standard. Well, let's see. What are your options? Your options are to play dogmatic, heretical, and then the other one. Oh, we can look at that. We have that on our character sheet. Right. Iconoclast. So the first time I played through the game, I went completely iconoclast. I've done a dogmatic run as well. And then I've gotten about halfway through a heretical run. The funny thing is, and it's expressed up here, is that the difference between iconoclast and heretical to anybody who's dogmatic is it's kind of like iconoclast is really heretical light. You're still a heretic. So slight changes in how the game goes based on your choices. I'm probably going to roll through iconoclast this game just because it's the way I prefer to play. But this is just a fun game. It's a great game. They did a really, really good job putting this together. The combat system is fantastic. I love it. I love how there's... I talked about this in my review video for this game, how I feel like they really made a better combat system than what we traditionally get with Dungeons and Dragons and the Pathfinder series, because everything is confined to combat. That means buffs and abilities and all that stuff. So you don't have to worry about losing spell slots or things like that between combat, and you don't have to worry about losing hit points and going into your next combat with less hit points than you have because you took things. This game had the wound system I like a lot. If you lose enough wounds, you'll get a permanent debuff which can be removed once you get to the bridge. So it's a really smart system the way they've done all of this, and it makes the combat in this game really enjoyable. I'm hoping to see more games, especially fantasy type games, start to use more stuff like this. Pillars of Eternity, to me, is a really good mix between Dungeons and Dragons and this kind of system, because it has a lot of per use, per combat encounter abilities. But this to me I like it a lot. So I'm really excited to see what the next game in the Warhammer 40k series for Alcat is like. If it sticks to this kind of thing or if they change a bunch of things up, I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see. But anyways, thanks for watching. As always, you know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave your questions in the comments down below. We're going to roll through it and have a lot of fun doing it. I will see you on the next episode. And until then, happy gaming, everyone.